We got everything set up here. So in this third place Sunday morning game, we are set to watch your Minnesota Steel 8U girls team face off against Tommy Chicago for the second time this weekend. Hoping for a repeat of our first performance where we took Tommy Chicago 8-3. Nice performance. Player of the game in that game, I would say Landon Spandy with the hat trick with 2 assists on top of that. She just had a game. So hoping for another one. We have Mackenzie Hines in net today. Other goalies, Cece Rosine and Savannah Hines skating out. So we're going to have Neldner as right wing, Savannah Hines at center, and looks like we have Gorns over on the left wing, and they're backed by Spandy and Samba on defense. So puck set to drop, refs on the ice, looking up, checking the time. They're checking their fit, making sure things are ready. Scorekeeper, timekeeper, one person over there, so he's doing it all. Making sure he's ready. Tommy just starting out the gate with 6 skaters and no goalie. I think their goalie had a little equipment malfunction, so they were going to start with 6. But goalie got it figured out. Goalie's back on. That's good to see. You know, at this age, you certainly can provide a little extra time. This isn't the NHL. Girls are here to learn. To that end, puck drops. Tommy Chicago takes possession. They're going to push down in the offensive zone. They lose it off their tape, though, so Steele collects. And they're going to try to exit. They do. Chicago point can't hold, so it gets down in the offensive zone. That's Hines and Neldner pursuing, pushing. They knock it off the tape. Greta back there on the backboard. Nice centering pass to Hines. Hines can't put a tape on it, though. That's going to come all the way out. Good start, though. Teamwork happening. The connection, looking for it, just couldn't quite make it. But if passes like that keep coming, goals are going to follow. We give a quick offsides call. Hopefully, coach has had some conversations with the girls. I stopped counting yesterday how many offsides calls we had. There's quite a few. One of the girls still learning the concept. That's Cece at the right wing. Kirkland out there at center. Puck drops Becca at left wing. Crosby and Hannaran on D. So doing some switching up the lines, definitely some different positions for the girls. Hand is up. That's going to come back. A little too much muscle by the Steel. Still learning how to finesse that puck into the offensive zone without getting the icing call. So they'll come back. No worse for wear. Still zeros. 11 minutes left in the first. Kirkland taking the draw. Drop goes. Kirkland pushes up. Tommy takes possession. They can't do anything with it, though. Here we go. Cece's got a potential break. She's going to try to find something on the right side. Gets to it. Locks it up against the board. Now it's right here in the corner. That does pop out. Steele's out clean. There we go. Now they can re-enter. Chicago takes possession, though, and they get out of the zone. Steele chasing back. One Tommy attacker right there with him. We'll chip up the half board. Hannaran looks to find Rosine at the blue line. Kirkland swoops in, drop pass to Crosby. Crosby up to Rosine. Rosine just set on by 3-4 attackers. There we go. Kirkland gets it out of the zone. So now we're up to the red line. They'll retreat. Becca pushes up in the blue line. They're going to drop it in. They're going to call tip, so no icing call. Steele will take this opportunity for a line change, so Rosine's in there by herself. That's going to end up getting kicked out. Rosine's got to get out. Rosine's got to get out. Nope, not quite. She was on her way out, just couldn't quite make it. So that will come out. We'll get a drop far side right in front of the Tommy Chicago bench. Both teams playing like this is an early Sunday morning game after a long weekend of hockey. To be expected. Spandy looking, what's she going to do with it? Gets kicked ahead. Gorns is there. Yep, offsides. That's Gorns. Gorns has to get back. Nope, doesn't make it. That's going to come back. Hines on the draw. You've got Neldner and Gorns out there. Spandy, Johnson on D. Neldner pushing into the offensive zone. He's going to take it and go. Couldn't get by all of them, though. Got by a couple. Tommy knocks it right back out. Spandy is there. Tommy pushes it off her tape, though. Gorns is there to support. She'll cycle. Little chip off the board up to center ice. That's Neldner. Neldner's got one. Can she find an outside edge? She does. She's going to get a shot. That's a quick shot. Nice deflection by the goalie. Quick save. Into the corner. Camera's a little crooked there. Sorry. Steele has it in the far corner. Centering pass attempt. Nice job right to Neldner. Neldner's got it on her tape. Quick shot. Another save by the goalie. Tommy Chicago's goalie, 3 for 3. She came to play today. Steele still in the back corner. That's Hines. Hines looking to center. Neldner doesn't get through. Deflected. That's Hines. Just keep trying to get it to the center. Now it's up at the point. Steele D just way deep. Johnson and Spandy at D. There we go, Spandy right at the blue line. Kirkland, now they're out. They got to get out. Steele is out, so we're out of the zone clean. Puck right here in front of us. On the boards, kind of tough to see. Neldner is there. Kirkland is there. Trying to get it, just doesn't get to it first. Tommy's able to get there quicker, and they pump it into the offensive zone. They're going to dump and chase. So that's Johnson. M takes it behind the goalie. Got it. Just decides to pass it up. Nice job. Tipped by Chicago, so no icing. Gets held up here at the red line. Now we're battling for it. Rosine and Johnson right there together. Kirkland, rather, excuse me. It's going to come back. Van Allsburg trying to bother them. Not able to knock it off their tape, though. A little support comes from, I didn't see who that was, sorry. Right here in front of us. CC does a good job. Knocks it off their tape, far side. A little camera malfunction here. I'm going to tighten this up here so it doesn't keep spinning on me. Sorry about that. Puck right here against the boards. That's Rosine. Hannaran gets in the offensive zone. Tommy able to scoop it up quick. Van Allsburg pursues. Tries to push her to the boards. Forces them to pass. Nobody there, though. So Steele's going to be able to collect that one in our defensive zone. Little chip off the half board by Hannaran. Finds a Tommy Chicago skate and gets knocked back in. We're up here at the blue line. Ends up right with Tommy Chicago. They're going to skate down. No shot. They misplay, but they keep it. Quick shot. Nice save by Hines. Kick to the backboard. There we go, that's Strombaugh. She's got up to Rosine. Rosine, little back check, nice pass. Little misplay by Gorns and Hines. Looked like maybe we could have had some, but they just kind of got in each other's way. Tommy Chicago hits into the zone, full head of steam, but that's, let's see. There we go. Hannaran knocks him back. Now they're pursuing. Neldner, we might have a breakaway opportunity here. Let's see what happens. Quick shot. Ooh. Center mass, nice save by the goalie. Look at that. Put that one kind of center mass, just got tucked up in the goalie's padding there. Another nice save from the Tommy Chicago goalie. Draw goes to Chicago. They push up to the blue line. That ends up in the stick of Johnson. Johnson pushes down, finds Hines right in the pile of Tommy Chicago players. Steele ends up getting a shot off goal. Deflected up. That's Kirkland racing down. Oh, Hines, excuse me. Hines tried to take a quick swipe at it and just misplayed it. That allows Tommy to get back. Back check by Steele strong, though. Three Steele defenders just not letting a shot get off. So ends up, that's Johnson. Johnson looks to get up. A little too far, ends up with Tommy Chicago out here at center ice. They're going to push back in. That's way offsides. And there we go. Finally get the whistle. line change for Steele. Spandy, Strombaugh, D. Kirkland, Van Allsburg, Rosine out there as your forwards. Draw goes to Tom Chicago. They try to push down. Kirkland intercepts. She battles. Rosine right there. Offsides. It's going to come back. Let's just do it again. Kirkland on the draw. Hits it, swipes it over the far board. Tommy's going to get there first. Becca trying to take a hard swipe at it. I like to see her just take that and skate, not just knock it down and get another icing. Go, Van Allsburg pursuing. Kirkland there as well. Van Allsburg almost overskates, looks to find Rosine. She does, finds Rosine right in the middle. Quick shot, just a little bit wide right. It's there, it's still right in the corner. Get a stick on it, it's right there, it's loose. Tommy Chicago defender doing a good job helping up the goalie. That's right on the line. No goal. Now she's in. You can't carry it in and cover before the whistle. Quick whistle there. Puck clearly in before the whistle. That's okay. Tommy Chicago takes the draw, ends up getting kicked up to the blue line. Hanrahan looking to just power it back down, dump and chase. There you go, Gorns has it, looking in the corner. Tommy Chicago get there first. They're going to try to knock it out. They're going to skate out. Neldner is right there. Just a pile. Neldner, centering pass, gets through. Now it's behind the net. Hines is right there, looking to center. Takes a little deflection off, and that's going to come out. Get out. Steele's got to get out of the zone. Nope, that's not going to work. There you go. Now they can. So Steele getting out of the zone. A little delayed. That's all right. Now they're back in clean. Now they can reattack. That came out. That's a good call. Draw goes to Steele. Chip off the half board. Rosine tries to chip it to herself. She does. Gets it in the zone. Gets dispossessed. Now it's just underneath the body. Yep, so just sitting on it. There you go. Now it's out. Steele is out clean. Go, go, go. They have it. They got to get in. Go. There you go. Steele's in clean. Now they're looking. CC got it. Quick shot. Save. Goalie. Another save. Oh, Becca just couldn't quite get to it. Van Allsburg looking to take a shot. Tommy Chicago defender. Good job from their knees, just knocking it off the stick. Kind of fighting for it. Oh, Point getting caught out of position a little bit there. That's going to allow the puck to come all the way out. Center ice. Ooh, Tommy Chicago jumping the route. Johnson's back. Nice job, Johnson. Strong back check from M. Johnson, just not letting Chicago take that shot. Centering pass attempt by Chicago. Another one. Steele just knocking it to the boards. Hold by the Point, Chicago. Shot wide left, hits the backboard, bounces up. Chicago pursues, centering pass, a little high. They can't kind of handle it. Their Point knocks it back down. Here we are, right on the blue line. They hold. Spandy retreats, collects. She's got it in the corner. Loses it in her skates, manages to get it up to the blue line. Tom Chicago Point holds. Now they're just playing some back and forth. There you go, now it's out. Here we go, we're gonna get a break. That's Hines. She's got someone in pursuit. Quick shot. No goal. Hit 5-hole, but then hit the post. Came across the front again. So another just really, really. And that's going to be icing. That's going to come all the way back. So good shots for the Steel so far. But all the puck luck residing on the Tommy Chicago bench so far today. offensive zone. Hines kicks it up. Tommy Chicago takes possession after the draw. They've got it. Hines battling, finds Noldner. Noldner, quick shot, deflected by the goalie, backboard. Now over into the far corner. Chicago's right there. They're going to take it and skate out. Now I've got a 3-on-2 situation. Nice job. Well done, Gorns. Gorns back check, lifts the stick, loses the puck. Tommy loses the puck. That allows the Steel to pick it up. They skate behind. Ooh, we've got some fancy skating here. Getting by 2. Opting. Chase, chase, chase. That's not going to be icing. That's nice job. Hanrahan just doing some work. Centering pass. Oh, nice job. Neldner looking for the wraparound. Just battling. Steel just knocking on the door, but can't seem to find a way to just find the back of the net. Playing aggressive, playing tough. Tommy Chicago, definitely better defense from Tommy than we saw in the first game. Another quick shot just off the post, bounces to the right. Kicked up the half boards. Kirkland picks it up, tries a little cycle. Nobody home though. Tommy intercepts. They're going to kick that one. That's going to be icing. And only 40-some seconds left in this first period. Zeros. That's going to come all the way back. Kirkland on the draw. Tommy takes possession. Kirkland swoops in, tries to take a quick shot. Rosine right there as well. Ooh, nice little sidestep to her left to get a quick shot. Oh, Steel can't quite hold at the point. So that's at the blue line rather. Quick little stretch pass, trying to find somebody. 26 seconds left. Let's see if we can get one more shot on. Now, Tommy Chicago kind of locking him up here on the board. And it's loose. Yep, Tommy just dumps it down. Tipped off Crosby, so no icing call. Crosby will take it, skate behind the netminder. 8 seconds left. She'll kick it up to the point. Tommy Point can't hold. And with 4 seconds left, that's going to do it for this first period. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Becca must have lobbied to go back to B.
I don't know. Maybe. All right, we're back. So some line changes, cycling some players. We're going to get some familiar names in new places for the second period. So in similar fashion to two of our other 3 games, no side change by the goalie. So Steel will continue to skate left to right on your screens. I forgot to change the period here. Let's see if we can put it on the game and change the period at the same time. Scrum in front, gonna whistle. It's going to come here to this far side, near side rather. So we've got some shifting. Looks like Van Allsburg has cycled back to defense. Spandy has cycled up to offense. So you still have Kirkland, Rosine, and now Spandy, Van Allsburg, and Johnson on D. There you go, Rosine being aggressive. Spandy right there as well. Quick shot, blocker save. Tommy Chicago goalie. Ooh, centering pass attempt by Johnson. Knocks herself down to the ground. A little too much pepper on that one. Gets deflected. Tommy Chicago, far corner. They're going to get there first. Now we've got a centering pass looking to get through. Kirkland, drop down in front of the net. There you go, Johnson, take a shot. Oh, centering pass. Maybe one too many passes. Let's just get it on net. Spandy turns, quick shoots. Nice deflection. Tommy Chicago defender. That shot doesn't get through. Oh, Van Allsburg riding that blue line a little high, not able to hold. Looking, cycling. Oh, Becca, what are you doing? I don't know who she was looking at down the ice. Held on to that one just a little too long. Tommy Chicago pushed through, took it in the offensive zone. Kirkland looking to get it up. Tommy Chicago just trying to work their way towards the net. They get held. That's Kirkland. Kirkland from her knees, from her backside, trying to get it up past the blue line. No dice. There we go. Ooh, they're going to say they held. Right on the line. Going to get some line changes. Spandy is off. Kirkland's off. And, oh my goodness, Rebecca Van Allsburg, what are you doing? Sorry. For anyone who's watching who doesn't know, I am Rebecca's father. So if something comes across about Rebecca, it's okay. Here we go. All that to say, Hines pushes into the zone, tries to find an end. It's right there. Oh, we had it. Just a little misplay. We're in the corner. Let's go. Someone from Steele needs to get in there and help. Comes up to the point. Point holds. Kicks it back down. That's Hanneran. Dumps it back down. Crosby up here in the point as well. Hanneran, another attempt to hold. Does. She's going to load. Try to fire. Gets deflected. Tommy's going to take it. But it gets pulled off their tape by Gorns. Centering pass to Neldner. Quick shot. Another deflected save. Goalie kicks it to her left. Our right. It's in the back corner. Centering pass by Tommy Chicago. Dangerous pass by Tommy Chicago, but doesn't find anybody in a steel sweater, so no harm, no foul. Tommy kicks it in the zone. There we go. This is Hanneran. She's pushing up. She's got speed. Nice little move. Now we got a breakaway. Here we go. What's going to happen? Ooh, strong shot. Good save by the goalie. Ooh, little dipsy-do by Tommy. They don't follow it though, so we lose. They lose it rather. Hanneran is going to try to dump it in the zone. Hanneran gets it in the offensive zone. Steele will dump and chase. 7:57 left in the second. Tommy Chicago trying to get out of the zone. Steele right there. Just dancing on the blue line. Who wants it? Ends up Spandy. Oh, just about jumped that route. That would have been nice. Now we're in the offensive zone. They're going to say nope. They're going to say she was on the red line, so no icing. Tommy Chicago kicks it to the far boards. Kirkland gets there first. She's going to try to dump it back down. Cece, Rosine pursues. Tommy gets there first though, catches on Hanneran, knocks it right back in. They're going to say offsides. That's coming out. So I hadn't had an offsides call in a while. A couple minutes of clean play, improvement. Hines on the draw. Draw's going to go. Hines will kick it up into the offensive zone. That's Neldner right there. Johnson, it gets kicked back to Johnson. Johnson looking for a nice outstretched pass to Neldner. She's going to kick it ahead and get in front of it. Quick shot. Save goal. There we go. On the board finally. lately for Tommy Chicago has been a tough nut to crack. She came to play, so she made the initial save, and then the rebound just popped out a little in front of her, positioned herself correctly, and is able to put it in the back of the net. Draw, Hines kicks it up, Tommy Chicago takes possession, so they're going to cycle back. Johnson on D, let's see, she tries to kick it forward, Tommy Chicago is there though. Centering pass attempt, they're going to say offsides, and that one's going to come out. So I would say in looking at both teams here, initial assessment, say Tommy Chicago team, similar to the Steel, like clearly they are playing better than when we played them even yesterday. So both teams just learning every game, getting better. It's fun to see the growth of these 8U girls. Tommy gets out of the zone clean. And we're dancing on the blue line. Johnson trying to kick it forward, gets deflected right back in by Tommy Chicago. Van Allsburg has it. She's going to look to find Spandy, but can't. Tommy Chicago intercepts that pass. Johnson's back. Oh, ooh, maybe. Oh, thought about a wraparound, ended up trying to do a centering pass. Now it's out of the zone. Tommy gets out. And it's still right here. Rosine has it on her tape. Little chip off the half board to herself. Trying to just make something happen here. All 5 Tommy Chicago defenders right in her space though. Puck squirts loose. Spandy chases it. Far boards, has it, turns, looks, tries to find Kirkland in the middle. Tommy Chicago, good job just knocking it off her tape. That's out. Steele's got to get out. Steele's got to get out. Rosine needs to get out of the zone. Nope, can't quite make it. That's going to come out. Kirkland on the draw. Ooh, puck bounces. Both centers take a swipe and miss. Tommy Chicago knocks it offensive zone. 5:30 left in the second. Steel up 1-0. Hanneran, nice little chip off the board. Finds Rosine. Rosine tries to collect and turn. Can't. Tommy Chicago's right there to bother her. Steel ends up kicking it out of the zone. Oof. Just a rifle pass. That's going to be icing. Oh, off. They're going to say offsides. Tommy Chicago just determined to get that puck even with the hands up. There you go, Steele. Neldner, quick shot, save, deflected to the left. Hines is right there, wraparound attempt incoming. It's there. Oh, Tommy Chicago defender, nice job sweeping it out of there, helping the goalie. Hold at the blue line by Steele. Steele kicks it back down, that's Neldner. She'll pursue, Hines right there. Hines looking. Tommy Chicago kicks it off the boards. Steele is there. That's Neldner again. Hanneran holding at the point. She'll go backhand pass. Finds Hines near corner. Hines looking. Neldner looking. Oh, great centering pass. Neldner was there. Little tight. Goalie has to interact with it. That kicks it to the goalie's right to the far boards and no shot. No rebound attempt. And we're going to get our first penalty. We're going to say hooking. They're going to say Gorns. Nope. They're just trying to find a body who will go sit in the box. They don't know who did it. There we go. Neldner. So that puts the Steel on their first penalty kill of the day. 4 minutes left in the second. Spandy repositioning. Power play, or excuse me, penalty kill. Spandy will take it off the draw. Off the boards, out of the zone. Nice job. Focus here is just burning time. Crosby gets it, kicks it up to center ice. Tommy Chicago's right there. Now Johnson gets it out of the zone again. Just not trying to let Tommy Chicago get in the zone and set anything up. Tommy Chicago is going to dump and chase. They kick it in. Crosby takes it high off the glass, tries to pick wraparound, takes a weird hop off one of the connectors and ends up just dropping straight down. So really unfortunate. They're trying to exit the zone, but it all works out. Hines takes that weird carom. She'll kick down into the offensive zone. Hines is down there. Kirkland trying to join her. 1:12 left in the penalty kill. Fires it down, tries to get behind the goalie. Deflects off a skate. Johnson has it. She's going to turn and shoot. Quick hop. Glove save, hold by the goalie. So Tommy Chicago tried to fire that thing out of the zone, ended up hitting the skate of one of their own defenders and just landing right in front of M. Johnson, who took a shot. Another nice save by Tommy Chicago goalie. So 1 minute left in the penalty kill. Rosine on the draw, out there with Gorns, backed by Strombaugh and Van Allsburg on D. Strombaugh, draw goes to Strombaugh. She tries to dump back down to Rosine. Rosine is right there. She comes across the middle, gets a quick shot off. Blocker, save, cover, whistle. We'll get another draw. I think he's going to choose to go opposite side this time, so we'll go far side. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Rosine off the draw, tries to take a quick shot, hits the defender. So now they're going to take it and go. She's got an outside edge. Loose puck. Strombaugh, Van Allsburg getting in there, making sure the defender can't be comfortable. They still managed to get a shot off though. Nice job by Hines. All that commotion covering the puck. Draw. Hines on the draw. Comes across the middle. Nice job, Hannaran. Not letting him get that shot. That looked like a dangerous position. Hannaran quickly gets in, knocks him off. Uncomfortable, so the puck is loose. We're just kind of having a little back and forth. Doing the dance here. That's Crosby. Crosby's got it. Tries to find Spandy. Spandy battling for it. Shot, puck, loose, goes down. Hannaran takes it, has it on her tape. She's looking to build up some speed. She's going to skate out of the zone. Hard to pan and keep up with her. She's flying. She finds an outside edge. She's going to get a quick shot. Nice blocker save by the goalie. To the point. Crosby is there. She'll dump it back down. Steal. Back. Here we go. Puck squirts out. That's Neldner. Neldner looking to drop it down. Off a stick of a defender though, so it kind of hangs out above there. Spandy holds. Neldner drops it down again. There you go. Hines is there. She'll try to pull up Chlorella backhand. Takes a shot. Wide left. Centering pass attempt. Nice job. Finds the tape of Spandy, but she had her back to the net, so just wasn't quite in a position to take a shot. Minnesota Steel point, drops down. Tommy Chicago takes possession. They're going to wrap around the half board. A little too far for, oh, nope, gets by Spandy. Steel is there. Tommy trying to just get out of the zone right now and weather this storm. But the Steel doing a good job of just maintaining possession, keeping the pressure on. Hines centering pass attempt. Oh, shot on goal. Blocker save. Spandy right there. Just couldn't direct it where she wanted to go. Goes wide left. Under a minute now left in the second. Quick shot hits the side of the net. That's Hines and Spandy right there, adding pressure. Now they're battling. And we get a whistle, covered by the Tommy Chicago goalie. Tommy Chicago goalie up to the task again, weathering a nice little storm by the Steel. Kirkland on the draw. Draw goes to Tommy Chicago. They're going to try to cycle back. CC steps down, interrupts the cycle behind the net. Gets it over to Kirkland. Kirkland centering pass attempt. Gorns. Gorns is a little too far out of position though. She manages to hang on though. Doesn't let Tommy Chicago get out of the zone. Nice job just battling. Now they finally do get out. 25 seconds left in the second. Tommy Chicago ends up on their tape. They're going to get in the zone. Kirkland disrupts them enough. Van Allsburg has it. She's going to push over to the board. Ooh. Backhand pass, kind of to nobody. Ends up with the Steel players, though. They're going to try to kick it out of the zone. 10 seconds. We're just battling right here on the blue line. Like to just get out of this period at this point. 2-1, and that's going to do it here. So we'll take a break. We'll be back in a minute. Here we go. We're back. We're live. Draw goes to Tommy Chicago right here underneath us. Can't really see it. Rosine ends up taking it off the tape though. Trying to push up to Spandy. Spandy loses it momentarily. Tommy Chicago picks it up. They're over the red line. That's Crosby and Hanrahan. Hanrahan looking for an outside edge. She's looking to just go. She'll get to the blue line and dump it in. Shot will end up kind of trickling down to the goalie who will cover. We'll take that. Now we'll get the draw. I believe they'll go, near side just to the goalie's left. Kirkland on the draw, drops it back to Crosby. Crosby tries to push it forward. Rosina's there, Kirkland is there. Tommy Chicago ends up kicking it out though. Sneaks by Steel Point. So, wow, they steal. Nice job cycling out of the zone, dumping and chasing, getting right back on the attack. Tommy Chicago again with a nice little stretch pass to get it out of the zone. Hanrahan's going to take it. Knocked off her tape. Crosby says nope. And gets it up to Spandy. Spandy will get it into the zone. Rosina's there with her. Tommy Chicago's going to knock it right back though. And they're right back. So Tommy Chicago just doing a good job of just firing it down. It's going to be a Hanrahan. She's going to turn and go. She'll chip off the board. Tommy, that's way offsides. So that's coming out, I'm going to guess, right here in front of us. It's like Hines on the draw, out there with Johnson and Neldner. Hanrahan and Van Ellsberg on D. Draw goes to Neldner. Neldner's going to push up. Oh, had one. Opted to kind of do a dump and chase. I think if she had hung on to that, she could have just skated in. That's all right. Up to Hines. Hines tries to take a quick shot. Deflected off a defender. Doesn't make it to the net. Hines, half board again. Pushes down, trying to center it. Neldner was just a little tight, so deflected off her skate. Tommy looking to skate into the zone. Oh, we got a collision. They're both up though. Steele tries to kick it down into the offensive zone. Tommy Chicago battling, has it. They're not sure what they want to do with it. That allows Neldner to go in and contest and pull it off their tape. Centering pass, a little bit deep, so it hits off the side of the net, hits the backboard. Neldner pursues, pushes in. Hines sitting in front of the net. Centering pass there. Can she turn? Opted to try to turn to get a forehand shot instead of just a quick backhand. Centering pass by Neldner. Johnson was floating just a little high, so she didn't get a tape on it. Didn't get any tape on it. Johnson pushes back around to Hines. Hines looking, trying to find somebody. Stromby holds at the line. Nice job, Aria. Kicks it back down. Tommy picks it up. Oh, crashes into the board. Hope she's okay. There. Body's down, body's down. right here on the half board. Hines drops it down, finds Johnson. Johnson skates in, takes a quick shot. It's loose, and we get a cover. So Steele doing a good job getting it on net, battling for it. Again, this time a Chicago goalie. She came to play today. She is doing her job. Whatever they're paying her, it's not enough. Kirkland on the draw, 8:50 left in the third. Draw goes to Steele. Kirkland turns, spins, takes a quick shot. Doesn't get through, deflected by a defender. Strombaugh at the point. She chooses to float back a little bit. Tommy Chicago loses the puck. We've got it right at the red line. Strombaugh looks up, finds Spandy. Spandy pops up. Got just a pile of skaters there. Kirkland ends up coming out with it. Floats a little in front of her. She'll backhand, try to find Rosine. Rosine is right here. She's down. And puck gets in the zone. Tommy knocks it right out. Strombaugh takes a swipe at it, misses it. Hannaran just turn and skate. She's into the zone clean. CC chasing with her. Hannaran coming across. Quick shot. Deflected to the left. Goalie. Again, nice save there. Rosine pops it up to the point. Strombaugh finds it. Kicks it right back down. Tommy Chicago able to grab that one. That's out. Yeah, that's going to be offsides. Spandy just full extension, trying to keep that one in the zone, but it just snuck out, saw center ice, and had to come back. A little under 8 minutes left here in the third. Hines on the draw. Meldner, Johnson, they're out there. Backed by Gorns and Crosby. A little back and forth, little whack of puck happening. Tommy ends up depositing into their offensive zone. Backhand pass attempt by Crosby. Finds Johnson. Johnson stuck on the far board. She does manage to kick it up. Here we go. We've got a 2-on-1. Hines going to take a quick shot. Deflected to the right of the goalie. Hits the half board. Climbs up. Johnson's there to push it back down. Wraps around. Gets deposited right behind the net. Meldner pursues. Nope, that's out. We got to get out. Hines got to get out. There we go. Puck goes all the way down. Sitting kind of right here in front of us. They're going to get offsides. That's going to come out. Hines still in the draw. Meldner, Johnson still out there. You got a D change though. Strombaugh and Van Allsburg out on D. Puck drops. Tommy tries to push up. Steele quickly pushes back, so that ends up right back on the tape of Tommy Chicago. Johnson over to pursue. She'll contest. Van Allsburg on the half board, far wall, far corner. 3 Tommy Chicago players there. Van Allsburg chooses just to dump it around the corner. Tommy ends up with it. They're going to look to center, and they do get across, but it ends up kind of floating off their tape, and that's out of the zone clean. So Tommy will have to retreat. They do. They're going to get back in the zone. Aria, again, fires it up right to the point. That's Johnson. Johnson gets some tape on it. Now we just got a pile. They're battling. Johnson pushing, gets by one. If she can just get by that last one. Nope, she gets hung up. Tommy Chicago doing a good job, kind of just grinding her hip to hip into the boards. So it's here, it's loose. Interesting no call there. We've got a 2-on-1. Nice back check, Van Allsburg and Johnson, making sure that shot doesn't get through. Oh, here we go, here we go. Hines chasing her own little shot. What's she gonna? Rebound, it's loose. Nobody knows. There you go. Nice cover by the goalie. Boy, when these girls figure out how to shoot that puck upstairs, look out. Kirkland on the draw. Ends up with Steele. They try to push across. Can't find anybody, so Tommy takes possession. They're out of the zone. Steele is out clean. So they'll try to look to take possession and re-enter the offensive zone. Kirkland, Rosine battling right in front. Spandy's there as well. Spandy can't quite come up with it. Kirkland manages to knock in the tape. Back to Spandy. Spandy says, let's just get it in the offensive zone. They're going to say tip, so no icing call. Rosine, Kirkland chasing, pursuing. Spandy right there as well. Manages to get out though, that's out of the zone. So now we've got a rush back the other way. Hanrahan will get there. Nice job. That's Crosby. Crosby finds Rosine up the half wall. Rosine's going to just take it and go. Nice little centering pass. Finds Spandy at center. Oh no, Izzy, way offsides. Yep, way too excited. Kirkland was ready for something special, but forgot about the offsides rule. Kirkland just too excited. Dad on the bench as one of the coaches, letting her get an earful. Kirkland on the draw, battling. Nobody really has possession yet. Back and forth. Tommy Chicago comes up with it. They'll turn, cycle, try to get out of the zone. They do. Manage to pass through the pile. Spandy, quick reach, grabs it. Kirkland looking to crash in front of the net. Spandy has it in front, centering pass. Oh, so many Steel players there. Nobody with a stick on the ice though, so it ends up squirting all the way out. Gorns looking to push down. Steel out of the zone clean. Kirkland pushes it down. Spandy there as well. Tommy Chicago trying to contest on the half board. Girls just getting locked up in the corner. 4:20 left in this third period in what is unexpectedly a tight game. Kirkland battling down the boards. Tommy Chicago trying to lock her up in the corner. Centering pass attempt floats high, ends up with Tommy Chicago. Meldner knocks it down. Spandy right there. Spandy trying to pull it off the tape. Tommy Chicago cycles back. Oh, centering pass attempt by Tommy. Almost intercepted by Steele. Strombaugh off the bench quickly though. Knocks it back in the zone. That's going to be icing though. So that's going to come all the way back. 3:51 left in the third. Hines on the draw, out there with Meldner and Johnson. Draw goes to Tommy Chicago. They dump down in the half boards quickly, launched up by Arya. Tommy Point holds though. They kick it down. Johnson has it on a tape. They'll chip off the half board, trying to find some room. Not much to be had. Puck squirts loose. Tommy drops it back down. Arya trying to kick it back up. Just back and forth, back and forth. Tommy Point tries to dump it down, deflected off her own skaters. Ends up rolling to the back wall where Hanrahan will take it and try to make something happen. Tommy knocks it off her tape. Oh, nice job, Arya. Just deflected what was a nice little shot. Arya, far corner, tries to find somebody, can't. Johnson was waiting. That pass never made it. Here we go. Hanrahan's got some steam. If she can get by one, she does. There we go. She's got speed. This is what we've seen. Goal! Hanrahan! Doesn't miss that time. So good job by Hanrahan creating some speed, finding some open space. Yep, very speedy, using her speed. Held on to the puck a little bit longer this time, getting the goalie to commit, which is something we hadn't seen her do before. So again, if you're watching the stream, you can see these girls learning as they play. It's fantastic. Draw goes to Tommy Chicago. Tommy Chicago will cycle back, skate out of the zone. Ooh, nice little move. Doesn't fool Crosby though. She knocks it down, gives it to Spandy. Spandy tries a quick shot, way far left. So we got 2:30 left in this third. Kirkland battling. Tommy comes up with the throw. They kind of just strong arm her. They find it outside edge. We've got somebody deep. Offsides. Oof, that was close. Steel players just forgetting about the defender, the attacker, behind them. Thankfully, the attacker forgot about offsides. Ooh, we get our first timeout of the tournament. So, Tommy Chicago calling their timeout. Probably going to talk to their girls about what that looks like when a goalie is pulled.
Running the clock out?
Or did they put a minute on for a timeout? I wasn't paying attention. I thought we should be more at like the
It's like 2 minutes.
two and change. both benches, coaches giving words of advice. How do we play this last 2 minutes in a tight game? You got to believe Tommy Chicago letting their girls know this is what you do when we pull the goalie. The reverse of that, Steel coaches letting them know don't let people get behind you. Keep the puck in front of you. Seconds left in the timeout. All right. Here we go. That's the end of the timeout. Girls will come back, I believe. We should have far side, near side, not sure. Looks like they want to go far side. So 2:24 left in the third. Refs doing some position work. Draw goes to, I'm going to say Tommy Chicago is going to get there first. Just kicked into our offensive zone. Tommy Chicago looking, cycles up. Nobody there. So Steele kicks it right back. Yeah, CC needs offsides. CC needs to get back. She hears the call. She does. Now we're onside. Now we can look to collect and attack. Steele's got to get back though. Here we go. So nice job by Tommy Chicago catching Steele, all floating heavy down. All 5 skaters kind of sitting on the blue line. Unfortunately, with a full head of steam, that allowed Tommy Chicago skater to just blow by all of them and get a breakaway. There you go. Kirkland is off. Nope. Now they pull Van Allsburg off, put Hanner in back out. 156. Johnson looking, draw goes to Steele. Johnson pushes up in the offensive zone. Hines looking, contesting, just drop it down. Yep, trying to burn time. Point holds, knocks it down to the far corner. 1:38 left. Hines again and Johnson, both right there. Puck gets knocked up. That's Hanneran. Hanneran shoots. Loads and fires, hits deflected off a skate of a defender, so it ends up in the far corner. Again, Hines holding it at the half wall. Nice job. Now it's underneath her. We're trying to figure out where it is. There we go. Johnson comes up with it. She'll just kick it down the corner. Puck comes up. Hold. Nice job. That's out. That's out. Offsides. Well, if you're a Steel fan, this is what you like to see, just holding it in the offensive zone, not allowing them to pull their goalie. We'll take the draw here. Hines, Johnson, Noldner on the draw. Hanner and Van Allsburg on D. Draw goes to Steele. Hines kicks it down to the offensive zone. Meldner pursues and chases. Now it's on the half wall. Tommy's got it right there. Hines kicks in. That comes out. It's right here. Hanneran's going to be able to grab that one. She'll take it and go. She's in the zone. She's going to try to find an angle. If she can come across the front, takes a quick shot. Glove save hold. Girls. Girls, get down. Yep, they're a little confused on where the face-off is. 44 seconds, face-off, offensive zone, near side. Kirkland on the draw, out there with Spandy and Rosine. Draw goes to Steele. Spandy's got it, tries to pick a quick shot. Doesn't make it through. Rosine manages to hold it in the zone. Spandy turns, fires, gets all the way through. Battling, 30 seconds. Oh, Spandy just couldn't quite get her tape on it. Hanneran's going to chase over. She'll get to it first. What's she going to do? She's going to turn and cycle all the way around. 17 seconds. She's looking to get a full head of steam. Dangerous move, though, taken in her own zone. That's out. That's out. Offsides. Offsides. coaches yelling, telling their girls what to do. There's no goalie in net for Tommy Chicago. They have the extra attacker. Draw goes to Tommy. They dump it into the zone. 6 seconds. If we can just lock it up in the corner. 1, and that's going to do it. There we go. So your Minnesota Steel win 3rd place in their first tournament of the year. And they are excited about it. A really good game. So they have the dog pile there in the middle. Dog piles for both teams. A well-played game for both teams. We'll meet at center ice for the handshake. I don't believe in this tournament, I don't think they do medals for any of the places. Last year, Tommy Chicago turned into banners. 1 banner. So who knows if the girls will get any hardware out of this 3rd place. But a well-fought game. Kudos to the Tommy Chicago goalie who played out of her mind. But well done. We'll see you at the next tournament.